Good afternoon, everyone. Heartfelt gratitude for participating, coming for a session post lunch. But believe me, your efforts would not go wasted as we have amazing speakers for today. There is a quote which says, "To teach is to learn twice," and we are here to learn more. Welcome to day 4 of our AIU Atlas AADC Faculty Development Program on Pedagogy 4.0, redefining education with MOOCs and digital content development. I am Dr. Rakhi Raturi, your host for this session. We're delighted to begin today's learning journey with session 1 titled Designing Learning Experience Interaction for Active Engagement. This session focuses on how we can create meaningful academic interaction that deepen understanding, sustain learners' attention, and promote active engagement, which is an essential aspect of digital-first pedagogy. It's my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker for this session, Ms. Daisy Vadva. Ms. Daisy Vadva is an assistant professor and head of Department of Computer Science and Application at Guru Nanak Khalsa College for Women, Ludhiana, Punjab. She's a passionate, student-centered educator and a committed lifelong learner who continually inspires the same spirit in her students. Her academic interests span across computer programming, artificial intelligence, learning analytics, and collaborative e-learning, fields in which she has both published and presented research at reputed academic forums. Ms. Vadva is also a UGC trained resource person for ICT focused FDPs. She has served as jury member for MOOC proposal evaluation and as a validator for online courses. This is contributing significantly to the national digital education ecosystem. Beyond academics, she is an impassionate reader, an enthusiastic quizzer, and an articulate orator. That we'll see it in just a few minutes. This qualifies that seamlessly enrich her teaching and presentation style. We are truly honored to have her with us today. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Daisy Vadva for a session on, I repeat the title again, Designing Learning Experience Interaction for Active Engagement. Ma'am, all yours. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Rakhi, for such a warm welcome. And I'm really thankful to Atlas Skilltech University and AIU for giving me the opportunity to come here and interact with all the participants. And before I begin, let me just share my screen quickly, right? So everybody, Rakhi has already introduced the title of the presentation today. So, this topic, you all have been seeing the different components of the learner-centric MOOC model. Uh, Sarika started with the introduction of the entire model, and you have already gone through the creation of learning dialogues. And I also came to the session and I saw your active participation in that session. And yesterday, Dr. Roy's session, I saw that all of you were participating in creating the learning by doing activities. And this component, this learner experience interaction, is basically about how we can create learning and experience for the participants who join an online course. And particularly, this component of the model is really close to my heart. Why? Because let me just tell you the background story before I begin. I did this entire course. We have a course also for this LCM model, which is designing learner-centric MOOCs. I'm sure you already know, and you have met the instructor also, the course instructor, Dr. Sameer Sahasrabudhe. So in 2019, I was really intrigued with the idea of creating MOOCs when they became popular. I did my first MOOC in 2018, and therefore in 2019 I did this course. And at that time they had this policy, which is currently also there, that they would call the toppers of the course as the discussion forum moderator in the next run of the course. And therefore, this is the first component that I was closely associated with when I was joined this course as a course team member. and I saw behind the scenes of how especially this learner experience interaction has to be implemented and why it is so important. And with this, we have been talking about since all the other two components. So we already know that there are like three types of interaction in an online course. Learner content, which is through the LEDs, where the participants of the course, they are able to access the content and through LEDs or the other material, study material that you have. Second kind of interaction, which is very important, especially in an online course, is the learner-instructor interaction. And in case of the learner-instructor interaction, that interaction again happens to the course videos, which you are able to see. You are able to see the instructor who is delivering the content. And the second or another way through which the learner-instructor interaction can happen is through the live interaction sessions. In fact, for the NPTEL Swayam courses, it is kind of mandatory that even if it is a 4 weeks course, weekly interactions or doubt-solving sessions, they happen where you are able to meet the course team as the participant. And the third category of interaction, that is the learner-learner interaction. That is really important. And sadly, especially in MOOC courses, it is seen that the learner-learner interaction is the least that is happening in an online course. These interactions, they are facilitated through discussion forums. And though an online course, we have participants who come from diverse areas and we can learn from each other and we can participate in knowledge co-creation. But this aspect of the course is the least which is referred to, especially in online courses. So with this, I want all of you to consider that if you are a learner in an online course, I'm sure you have taken some online course, especially after the COVID era. So, or during that COVID period, all of us, we took up a lot of online courses. So, what has been your experience with an discussion forum of an online course? And have you used it? Yes. If you have used it, yes. Let us start with this. Have you used the discussion forums of online courses? Everybody. Okay. We have like two yes already there, Sarika and Nishish Mehta. Okay, Dr. Ashish, Nishish Shah, C not actively used, Chirag used. Okay, Gunjan. Okay, no. So we have no's also, and especially okay. So we have a kind of a 50. Abhi tak to yes and no both. Okay. Poonam also, Dr. Poonam, Gunjan, no. Chirag, yes. Okay. So, if you are a learner in an online course, and or if you think from the student's point of view or learner's point of view, then what do you think that why do learners avoid discussion forums? You have to identify at least one reason. Why do you think people or participants or students, they do not want to come to the discussion forum or they avoid? Like, I'll do the course, but I do not want to go to the discussion forum. Okay, so we already have two answers. Nishish saying fear, yes, and Divya has already added to that part, fear of being judged, yes. That if I go, normally what our students also do in the classroom, right? So even if we give them some activity where they have to speak up, give them a discussion prompt and we want them to come and discuss, they will not speak. We have to like nudge, poke them, yes, come up and we will see. Yes, okay. So it has too many text, reading, too many threads, yes. Sometimes discussions are not focused. Yes, it gets boring after a point. Yes, I agree. And okay, Mahajabeen feel that they may make a mistake. Yes, of course. And Chirag has mentioned don't know the importance of such discussions. Yes, because sadly in our classrooms also they do not have this way in which we can engage in a good discussion or a productive discussion where something we are not encouraging our students normally, probably because we need to like complete the syllabus or whatever the reason is, that the students, they do not feel free to participate in discussions or give out their viewpoint. And yes, so some reasons that I also thought of, in fact, I think we are on the same page. So I also thought that, again, we talked about, we also, everybody, we started with the fear of being judged, right? And again, we also talked about the number of the posts, that the number of the posts on the forum may be overwhelming, that I will not be able to handle, or there are so many posts. I think Nishist, he mentioned this, right? And I do not find the need. I don't want to go since it is not mandatory. It is like an additional activity going to the forum, posting, and probably I'm not interested because I do not have the time to do that. I am here to learn, see the content, and do the assignment. So these are some of the reasons, right? So, okay. So these are basically backed, even these challenges or the barriers that we are seeing now, they are also backed by research. If we see the research on MOOC and discussion forum, it has been found that the completion rate of the MOOCs is low and the attrition rate, the dropout rate is quite high. Even if you go and look for the latest papers on MOOCs and discussion forums, you will find this. In fact, if you go and see the number, the completion rate is approximately as low as 10%. So it is quite low. And another thing that has been found is that if you have active participation in the forum, it has a positive impact on the engagement in a particular course. And of course, if there are more engaged, it helps in knowledge co-creation and it has an effect on the dropout rate. That means your dropout rate is going to decrease and the completion rate is going to increase. And there is, in fact, a paper that we also did recently. There is a research that we did recently. I'm going to discuss that part also later on. And we also talked about, we saw a barrier regarding the too many text, and I think discussions are not focused, right? We also saw that one of that point. So, in fact, research also says that if the design of the discussion forum is not good, and in that case, the learners who come to the forum, they can get disengaged if there are too many threads. Then it can be really overwhelming that I don't want to read whatever. Or even if you take a simple example of a WhatsApp group, if you have a WhatsApp group also, and there are a lot of messages coming in the group which are like not properly threaded, so I might just open the chat and close it. I will never read those that many number of messages, right? So with this these challenges, I have a connected question. Since we saw the challenges which are there in the discussion, in fact, the usage of discussion forum is concerned. So I want all of you to think from two perspectives. That if you are designing a MOOC and if you are going to like run a MOOC of your own, so what changes would you make in the discussion forum in order to enhance? We saw the challenges, right? The barriers. And so, what changes would you require in a MOOC that you are going to run in order to enhance the discussions on the forum? And you have to think from the learner's point of view also, that if you are a learner in a course, what would you expect from a discussion forum so that you feel connected and supported? So, each one, again, at least um, tell one, what change would you want? Any change or no change? Or are you satisfied with the way discussion forums are going? Okay, I'm not interested. Okay, Surabhi has answered the quickest. Okay, responses getting acknowledged. Okay, good, really, really good. So we want that if I am posting, my response should be seen and it should be acknowledged. And in fact, if a message gets responded by the course team, it is a kind of an incentivization, encouragement for the participant. Like in a classroom, if a teacher acknowledges a particular student, similarly here, if a teacher acknowledges or an instructor acknowledges a response, it is like, wow, my response has been seen and I'm being acknowledged. So it is a kind of a motivation. Okay, so we have another response from Nishish, time bound, a limit of responses, moderation, and trainer or instructor also participates and comes and sees the forum. Yes. So again, we have two Nishish, right? Okay, Nishish Mehta has mentioned should schedule sessions with prepared presentation. Yes, of course. So these are the kind of things that we look for in a discussion forum. Okay, focused discussion, Meghana has mentioned by imposing questions. Okay, great, great. Yes. So we want focused discussions to happen. So, so what we are basically talking about, we need to refine the structure of the activities. What Meghana mentioned, focused discussion, this is basically referring to the structure that we want for the activities or the discussions that are happening in the forum. And I saw a response regarding limit of responses, time bound. These are basically referring to, again, the instructions that we provide when the discussions are happening, right? So we need to have some clear instructions regarding how these discussions should happen. And of course, we started with that part of trainer takes part, responses getting acknowledged. So we want support from our instructor, course team, as well as peers also coming and having an interaction. And we also talked about the usability and utility of the forums. We want threaded discussions to happen, right? So basically, we saw the challenges. Like, what are the challenges? In fact, the discussion forums of online course, they are like barren lands. They are least used places in an online course. So, and we also saw that it has a research backing. And we are moving towards a solution in order to ensure that peer discussions happen on the forum. Okay, so this actually, and I'm sure Sarika has already given you an introduction of the components, that is the learner experience interaction. So, whatever we have been discussing, in fact, in all of you have already provided these solutions. I'm going to just discuss what we have already done regarding this part, the fourth part of the quadrant, that is the learner experience interaction. We talked about focus discussion. So, learner experience interaction, this component, it basically specifies that you have focused discussions in the forum. And a forum is not just used as a place for query resolution where the participants are just coming and saying, my assignment is not done, where is my assignment score, and something like that, right? So we want these places should be used as places for knowledge co-creation. So what we do is in a learner experience interaction, every course in an every online course, it has a discussion forum. So you can have focused discussions related to the content of a particular week in the online course. And you give clear instructions to the participants how the discussion should happen. And you need to look in for ways of incentivizing the participation of the learners in the discussion forum. Bringing the learners to the discussion forum itself is a big task. So when they come and when they are participating, you need to find ways in which you can incentivize their participation on the forum. So if we have a look at the details of learner experience interaction. So as an instructor, if you are an instructor of an online course, you need to design some focus question which is related to the content of the course. You already know the course structure. Normally, what we have is normally what we have in an online course is that week-wise content is released. If it is an NPTEL Swayam course, and if it is like a course on Coursera, you have modules, but still you have those weeks. So within a week, you are concentrating on a particular topic. So you create LEDs related to that particular topic, right? And you intersperse those LEDs with the learning by doing activities. And once you are done with that part, you want participants to go through the content, they do the activities, and also participate in the discussions that are happening on the forum. So for that, you can design a focus question. Like normally, what we do is that we give a question in the classroom for our students to have a discussion on. So similarly, in the forum, you can give a focus question that the participants, which is related to the content of that particular week, which is related to the topic which is being discussed. And what participants they do is they participate in the discussion. You give clear instructions of how the discussion has to happen. And of course, as an instructor, you need to monitor the instructions, ensure that if the instructions are like going haywire, bring the instructions back, those interactions back to the point. So it is your job as an instructor to handle that part. So this way, the participants are able to interact with each other, learn from each other, especially in an online course where they are isolated by geographical distance. Though they have experiences which they want to share, but it is physically not possible. But we have a medium called discussion forum through which that can happen. I can also see one response from Nishish Mehta, also managing the whole correct answer versus wrong answer idea in such interactions. Yes, to maximize individual reflection and voice. Yes, of course. It is basically we need to encourage, right? Once the people come in, so here the role of the instructors and the course team, it becomes even more profound. They need to see that how the discussions they can be managed. We need to have a discussion management protocol also. I'm going to talk about that protocol and what we have done regarding that part. So we will see what all we can do, right? In fact, anybody who has any question, I haven't heard any voice other than mine till now. So if you don't want to type in the chat, you want to speak up also, it is going to be like great. I have seen your other sessions. I have seen many of you are very active in these sessions, answering questions, and it would be great if I can hear some of the voices. Yes. Okay. So, Deepak, it is going good, but I still want to hear. Otherwise, it is looking that I am only talking to myself. I'm reading the messages, but still, if you want to don't not want to type and then come up, it would be good.
It is
Yes,
being
Deepak.
covered with utmost clarity, so I don't think so there's any question right now. But yes, as the session progresses,
Yeah.
definitely there will be more questions that we
More
can answer.
questions. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. At least
Thank
I
you.
could hear somebody. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, since we have been talking about the learner experience interaction part, so it is structured. Since we have been talking about how the activity should be created, especially for the discussion forum, we concentrate on three things, which I have already mentioned. We need to have a focus question which is related to the content of a particular week. We need to give very clear instructions to the participants how the interaction should happen. And again, incentivize the participants by either giving them some grades or they have to do a quiz or do something, give them badges or some likes when they come to the forum so that they are motivated and they make good utilization of discussion forum. Okay, so since we have seen this structure, I have one example which I have brought from the course, LCM course. This is the one which we have. This is the focus question of the first week. So here we want, since the participants, they have seen the content of the first week, we wanted them to specify like which element of the course they found most learner-centric. And otherwise also, they could mention also any learner centricity that they experienced in any other MOOC course that they have done. So this was the first week's focus question. And why this was introduced? Because in the first week of the course, we were talking about the importance and need of learner centricity and the other things, right? And the introduction to the learner centric MOOC model. So this is the first activity that we wanted so that they come and share their experiences. And in order to specify how interaction should happen, we gave them clear instructions also. So these are the instructions that you have to find who has posted a similar response and somebody who has posted another different response from the one that you have posted. And also specify the link of the course if you are mentioning that you found it learner centric. So these are some instructions that are given. And normally, if it is like a 4 weeks course, for each week we can have one focus question and give them time to the participants, say of 1 week, where they participate in the discussion. And one way which we do for this course is that once the discussion happens, of course, they are monitored by a number of persons. And once the discussion happens, we create a reflection quiz. It is not compulsory that you create this quiz. You can find any other way of incentivizing. So this is one way in which we just go through the discussions, find the ones which are quite interesting, useful, and we create questions which are based on the discussions that are happening on the forum. And again, we associate a very short grade with the quiz. So now what happens, even if it is 10% of the entire score, and people, participants, they know that there is a quiz that has to be done, they will at least come to the forum, read the post on which the quiz is based, and then only they will be able to answer. So that is one way, which is a kind of handling two things, bringing the participants to the forum. Once they come there, they will read the post and then only they will be able to answer the quiz. So this is one way which we can do. Other ways, there are many ways, especially which are supported by technology. If your online platform where the course is hosted, your learning management system, if it supports something like likes or upvoting, so that can also be used. Or we can also give badges to the participants. Incentivization, it is up to you. So now what we'll do is I'm going to show you some example from the courses that we have on which these focus questions can be provided. So why we are looking at these examples, everybody? Because I have a hands-on activity for all of you later, where you have to design your own focus question. So we will look at certain examples and then we will try to create our own focus questions. So this example is from an online course where we are trying to establish a social connect in the first week of the course, where we are asking the people to introduce themselves on the forum. And also, since the course is related to relational database management system, we want the people to specify where they have encountered an database in real life. So we have kind of connected two things together where the participants will introduce themselves, tell who they are, and also the real world application of databases. Why these two things? Because it will give them an opportunity to introduce themselves to the entire group that they have and something which is application oriented. This fact reminds me of another very interesting focus question. One of our colleagues, she had a course on chemistry. The course, in fact, was on history of chemistry. And she had this very interesting question for everybody in the first week of the course. Since it was related to chemistry, she wanted everybody to pick up an element from the periodic table and introduce themselves as like why their attributes or their characteristics matches to that particular element that they have picked from the periodic table. So that was one way in which she wanted the participants to come introduce themselves. And also, of course, Every focus question will have the discussions, how you want the discussions, or the instructions for those discussions. Okay, so I hope everybody okay. Some reaction. Everybody fine? Are you okay? Everything okay? Otherwise, you can ask any question. Okay, okay, good. Okay, then what we'll do is let us see another example. So we have another example where we are now asking the participants, they have already understood the idea of recursion through LEDs. So we have a week in a course titled Data Structures. And in the course, in one particular week, they have already gone through the idea of recursion, how it is practically implemented, and like what has to be done. And now what we want them is that they should come to the forum and answer a focus question like what is the practical utility of recursion in real life and any example of recursion that they have seen in real life. So this is something related to the concept that they have already learned through the content of the course. And now we want them to have a discussion on the real world applications of that particular concept. So these kind of focus questions can also be introduced, right? Okay, so let us see another example. This one is from a course on faculty development. And this is prior to introducing the concept. What example we have taken for the focus question is that within that particular week, the participants, they were supposed to learn the importance of simulation in teaching and learning processes. So we gave them a small video to watch and which is related to an example of simulation. And now what they have to do is they have to list the advantages and disadvantages of simulation. So this is something prior to introducing a concept. So this kind of a focus question can also be given. We are only seeing variety, like it is not like we have a particular set, any kind of a question that you think can invite diverse perspectives and viewpoints. That is a kind of a good focus question to be introduced in the forum. Okay, let us see another example. This one is where we want the participants to share their artifacts and of course receive peer reviews. This one is related to a course on UI and UX design where we wanted the participants to create a paper prototype of the mobile application that they are creating. So, and they had to post the pictures on the forum and of course obtain the peer review of that. So again, these kind of things can also be done. I also remember another one which is not here. There was this one activity we wanted. One of my colleagues, she gave it to her participants where she wanted to, and it was during COVID time when we couldn't go out. So she wanted the participants to record how a particular plant is going to grow, different stages. So they had to record like fast forward video and show how a particular plant, what are the different stages of growth of a plant, and post it on the forum, and then particular discussions were happening. So these are the certain examples that we have for the type of focus questions that we can have. Okay, so what happened? Uh, we were part of that one particular course, and there were discussions happening on the forum. But we found we mined the data which was there on the discussion forums, and we wanted to see like what kind of discussions are happening. So what we found was that there is one kind of a discussion where somebody is coming and posting, yes, the video is very nice, or you can see on the screen, the course is very nice. So these kind of posts, what we call them, in fact, Dr. Sameer Sahasrabudhe, he had written a blog post on this where we identified the discussion patterns in the online courses. So what he found was that in this case, people are coming and responding. And some people are also viewing. If you see the number of views for this particular post, it's 4, right? So some people are also coming and kind of posting on the forum, and further no discussion is happening. So that is like the end. There is some comment coming, and that is the end of the discussion. So it was like just like ekla chalo re, nothing further happening. And then we saw another category of post where somebody is posting like a question or a query, and we are providing a solution to that query. So a question, query, and then solution. So query resolution happening and nothing, no further discussion happening. And probably if you see the number here, 21 views are there for this particular post. So we also saw an idea of lurkers. Like lurkers are people who are coming, probably they are reading the post, they are gaining knowledge from these posts, but they are not responding. So there was a post, another one happening, so two for joy happening and nothing else, right? And so we saw another category. Another category was where, if you see the number of views have also increased. Somebody is saying that I have this particular issue in this video, and then the moderator is coming and responding to the post, and then okay, thank you, madam, and thank you, sir, and then the end of discussion. So this is something inspired from music, the high, and then okay, 1, 2, 3, everything okay, and then that is like khatam and finish. And basically, what our aim is that we do not want these kind of discussions to end, because these are the examples that we have taken. They are not kind of related to any focused discussions that are happening. They are only related to some queries that have been posted on the forum. So what we want is that some focus, for a focused discussion, you need to, again, I'm reiterating, you need to have a clear prompt, clear instructions where people are posting, other peers are coming and posting, and of course, and then a proper discussion is happening, and we are able to gain through that discussion. So yes, this reminds us of Anil Kapoor and the movie, and One to Kapoor, of course. And this is our aim as an MOOC instructor, that we are able to achieve these kind of discussions. Okay, so I earlier also mentioned about the strategies, because we saw, um, I saw one message from Nishist that managing the whole correct answer, wrong answer idea in search interactions, and to maximize the individual reflection and voice. So for that, we need to create a forum management plan. And what that forum management plan is, that you need to ensure that there is somebody who is there on the forum to see the discussions that are happening. Just giving a focus question, telling the instructions to the participants that you go and participate is not going to help. That is not your job done. So you need to have a forum management protocol where what you do is you man the forum, you see how the discussions are happening. There should be somebody who is there. And we also saw that we need to acknowledge the responses, right? And in case of any kind of an issue, the response time should be very fast. So for that, a forum management plan is needed. And so again, creating an online course, managing an online course is not one person's job. It is a teamwork. Like we say, teamwork uh, makes your dreams come true, or in same here, collaboration is the key. So you need to have a team of discussion forum moderators in the course in order to handle those discussions. And everybody might wonder, इतने बंदे कहाँ से आएंगे, इतने लोग? How can we bring in a number of people who can become our discussion forum moderators? So one way of bringing the people is that you invite your course alumni who have already taken your course. Like if it is going to run multiple times, then the participants who have already completed the course in the previous run, you can invite them as a part of the discussion forum moderation. team. And of course, you need to acknowledge their efforts also. You can incentivize them also in some way. And another thing is that if, say, you are running the course for the first time, then what has to be done? So probably if the course is already running in the offline mode, you have been teaching that particular subject for a long time. So in that case, what you can do is you can invite your students as discussion forum moderators. So this is one way in which we can build a particular team of people. And of course, you can also collaborate with your colleagues, especially these kind of faculty development programs where you get an opportunity to meet people from different places. They also give you an opportunity to interact and collaborate and build courses. Okay, so okay, I'll share one example. What happened? In fact, Sarika and I, we met through one course, and this is the course. In 2020, we were a part of a particular course. This is the Digital Transformation in Teaching Learning Processes, and this is how we met. I was
Yes.
working, Sarika was also working on that particular course. And as far as I have been talking about the forum management protocol. So we used to, while this course was running, we had a team of discussion forum moderators. I was also a discussion forum moderator. Sarika was also there. And since the number of the participants in the course were like quite large. So, Sarika, do you remember we used to have debrief meeting every day?
That was the, most awaited, you can
Huh.
say, the meeting
Hmm.
where we used to discuss all the interesting posts and the
Huh.
strategy
Hmm.
also we used to plan,
Hmm.
remember?
Yes. So, what happened? We used to have a debrief meeting every day. We had a team of discussion moderators for this course, and we used to meet at a particular time for half an hour and discuss like what is happening on the forum, and in case of any issues, how those issues they have to be handled. And this example that you can see on the screen now is of Dr. Vijaya Ramaraju. When the course started, initially this course is basically on the use of smart boards for uh, technological use and pedagogical use. So the course it provided teachers the opportunity to see how a smart board can be used pedagogically. So, what happened when the course began? In fact, Meghna was also part of that particular course. Meghna is also here, if she is here now. And so, what happened?
Yes.
She is there,
Yeah,
she is
yeah,
there.
yeah. So, Meghna was also there. So, what happened when initially these smart boards they were installed in all the technical institutions across India. So, participants, they were using these smart boards and whatever content the team had created, it was related to both technology and pedagogy. But we had a flood of queries related to the technical issues, like how the smart board can be connected to the smartphone, and how this smart board, I want to connect this smart board to the projector, but I'm not able to connect, something which was not initially in the course content. So, Dr. Vijay Ramaraju, he was also one of the DFMs of the course, and he had the same smart board installed in his institution. And what he did, he recorded videos, he created screenshots, he created an FAQ document to specify how those queries can be handled. And we as a team, we went to the forum, we identified all these technical queries. We used to go and see, okay, categorize this as a technical query. And we created a document. And the solution to those queries were provided by Vijay Ramaraju. And similarly, another very interesting thing happened at the same time. We had another discussion forum moderator, Jatin. He did not had the board at his institution, but he was so passionate and he wanted to ensure that the learner voices they are heard and every query is answered. That he traveled around like 150 kilometers to his friend's place in order to handle those particular queries, and he created videos in order to solve those queries. So that is the power of having a team with you. Again, I want to just reiterate, it is creating a MOOC is not a single person's job. You need to have a team, you need to build a team, and you need to find like-minded people who can come together and help you in running a particular course.
That's true. And you can see the kind of efforts Vijay Ramaraju or Jatin has taken, right? So this is
Yes,
this
yes,
is they
yes.
have set an example for this. So it
Mm,
was really
yes,
great.
yes. So, with this, yeah, this is another thing. I remember what we were doing. We were in that particular course, and we decided to incentivize the participation on the forum. Apart from the reflection quiz, since we had a team of discussion forum moderators, so we wanted to incentivize the participation of the people who are coming and posting on the forum by creating something called as a Hall of Fame. So the discussion forum moderators, they would go to the forum, identify the queries on the forum, and apart from that, they would also identify the best post, somebody who is responding really well or participating in the discussions, and those best post of the day, they were acknowledged the other day. So we created something like Hall of Fame. So that was one way of incentivizing the participation on the forum. So, since we did a lot of activities, these activities on the forum, so we decided to do a research to see whether the interventions that we have implemented in the course, especially as far as discussion forums are concerned, whether they have been fruitful or not. So, we did this research where for that particular course, we had 4 runs of the course. And the discussion forum, it was augmented during each subsequent run of the course. So what happened initially, let me just show you. I'll give you the link to this paper also. Just let
Even
me,
Daisy, there is
uh,
an annotation. I can see that red line and all. I think
I
you need
don't
to
know.
remove that.
Okay.
It's visible on your
I don't
slides.
know. Somebody has annotated. See if you can just remove the
Yeah,
annotation.
I tried.
Mhm.
Uh, I'll just check.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me see. Hmm.
Not from your side, no?
No, no, no. Let me see if I can delete all. Clear
Yeah.
all drawings. Done. Okay, I'll give the link to the paper also so that you can see the paper. You will be able to access only if you have your institutional login. Okay, so what we did, we ran the course in 4 batches. So initially, in the first batch of the course, we had a simple discussion forum only for query resolution. The first batch was for a pilot run of the course. And we had lesser number of participants in the first batch. And in the second batch of the course, we were like more mature by that time. So we introduced the idea of learner experience interaction, where for each week we introduced a focus question, gave clear instructions to the participants to participate in the forum. And of course, we had a reflection quiz and other ways of incentivization. While we moved to the third batch, we had the LxI was, of course, there. We had a team of discussion forum moderators. And since we had been talking about the course management protocol and something course management and discussion forum management plan that we need to have. So these discussions, they were discussion forum moderators, they were recruited from the previous batch of the course. So we had a screening test. We gave them a Google form where they had to come and respond to a particular LED, and we gave them certain queries like if you are a discussion forum moderator, how would you respond to these particular queries? So with that, we had a team of discussion forum moderators who joined the course in the second run. And along with that, and if you see batch 4, we had discussion forum moderators, we did certain interventions. for the discussion forum. And the Hall of Fame that you saw, we also added gamification strategies during the fourth run of the course. And what happened? Apart from recruiting these discussion forum moderators, we also had their capacity building or orientation workshops that we conducted, where we informed the discussion or trained the discussion forum moderator on how they have to go and respond on the forum. We saw that idea of 1 to 4. Remember? In that case, we wanted that the discussion should not end after like, yes, query resolution, thank you, and gone. We wanted fruitful discussions to happen. So we introduced the capacity building workshops of discussion forum moderators, where they were trained to specify how they can improve the discussions on the forum. And along with that, the point that Dr. Sarika earlier mentioned, we had a debrief meeting where the discussion forum moderators, they would come and have a discussion. So we followed a clinical handover policy. Like in hospitals, when one doctor goes and the other one comes, like what happens in that case? So one doctor will inform the
Yes.
other doctor about the condition of the patient. So in our case, our patient was our discussion forum.
Yes.
So what we did, the discussion forum moderator of one particular day would inform the discussion forum moderator of the next day, like what is happening on the forum and what can be done in that case. And along with that, there was another very interesting, yes, Meghna, the most fun-filled activity. And there was
Yes.
another thing happening. Initially, you had to give the report of the forum. Report of the forum was that you come to the forum, see what is happening on the forum. And initially, we started with text messages, like you specify how many posts, how many answered, how many unanswered on the forum. And then we just kept on increasing that particular level, especially, I must say, under the guidance of Dr. Sameer Sahasrabudhe, who himself is very creative. So next on, we went on to creating audio reports, where in the audio format, we used to specify like what is the condition on the forum. And in fact, for another run of the course, I remember we had people going on creating animations to specify like what is the condition on the forum. So that was one way, a meeting, an online meeting happening, plus a report which was submitted by all the discussion forum moderators in order to keep a tab of what is happening. So these are the interventions that we implemented on the forum, and of course we introduced the idea of Hall of Fame. And what we did, after introducing these interventions, we wanted to know the participants' viewpoint regarding how they feel about the forum and whether they have benefited from these interventions. So we conducted this study, we analyzed the data, and what we found was that the participants, because of the learner-centric interventions that we had introduced in the forum, the participants, they reported, which is also there in the paper, that these interventions, they facilitated peer learning. Their participation improved. They wanted to come into the forum and participate in the discussion. Some also reported that we used to come to the forum, we found the discussions very interesting. But what happened was that we were lurkers, we did not wanted to write into the forum. And as a result, their performance improved, the course completion rate also improved. And we wanted to particularly ask whether the unique nature of the forum that we had, whether it was a contributing factor towards people coming and participating in the forum, the interventions that we had introduced. And yes, what we found from the research that we conducted, that yes, the unique factor that we had for the forum, it contributed towards participants coming to the forum and participating in the discussion. I hope if you are able to access the paper, you will find the paper very interesting, because it is something that we have actually done and then written about it. And okay, with this, let me, I wanted to show, before we begin the hands-on activity, we have half an hour, right? Before we begin the hands-on activity,
Yes, yes.
yes, since we have some time, what I'll do is I'm going to borrow 5 minutes from the hands-on activity section. Are you all ready for a movie? If you want to see a movie and see Sarika perform in that movie.
Oh, yeah. That one of my favorite.
Yeah. So, okay. So, what we'll do is, even if it is Thursday, but let us see a movie. Normally, we see a movie on Friday, right? So, okay. So, even if it is not a weekend, we have this movie where we have shown the effects of moderation. It is a docudrama that we shot from our places at our home during the COVID time. And in order to show the power of discussion forum moderation and building a team. And I hope you will like it. And okay, first let us see the movie and then we'll have a discussion about it. Everybody, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I hope you all liked the movie.
And we have got the, kind of nostalgia for me, 2020, right? Remember?
Yes.
5 years back, and
Yes.
everyone has
Mm.
recognized all the resource person over
Ah,
here
yes.
because Ganesh, KK, Daisy, and now
KK.
I think people can relate also, like
Yes.
how we people are
Hmm.
related.
Hmm.
And to be very frank with all of you, it's all like whatever sessions and all we people are taking today is all because of Sami sir's training, rigorous training, we can say.
Hmm.
We have to the first criteria which everybody else was also, asking me, like, what is
Hmm.
the criteria to join the ALW Active
Ah,
Learning Workshop or Sami sir's team? So I
huh.
shared our
Hmm.
experience, Daisy. Like the first
Hmm.
criteria is to, you need to clear, we all are toppers, just to
Ah.
share with you all. We
Hmm.
all are
Hmm.
toppers of his
Course.
course on learner-centric
Hmm.
MOOC model on NPTEL. So
Hmm.
we have been invited. We have received
Hmm.
one day the mail. I was in the second lot. Of course, Daisy and Natasha, they are the senior one, right? So
Hmm.
me, KK, Ganesh, we were the second lot. So that's why these two people were the, like, moderating the moderators. They were
Hmm.
our trainers. So we have
Hmm.
got one day I received one mail, and it was a COVID time, the period. Listen, I was also wondering, like, because I had done this in like 2019. And then after this, receiving this email to join this particular team for DFM, and then I find it interesting. And that time also the COVID was there. So we all were at home, and I've just joined this thing. So first thing was, as Daisy has mentioned, rigorous training, the quizzes, then the screening test, which you can see.
Hmm.
After DFM, we got promoted to TA, that is a teaching associate. Then buddy, it means we used to, uh, you know, uh, help or watch, or you can say the attending the sessions for the other speakers. Then promoted to co-speakers, then afterwards speakers as well. So this is a long journey, which I can, just recollect. Yeah, I
Yes.
think Daisy
Yes.
can relate to me. Even Meghna
Hmm.
is there, Sudha
Hmm.
is there.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
long
Yes.
journey.
Yes. 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 So I hope all of you enjoyed. Again, you
And
can
Daisy,
see
we
how
can we
many
can discuss,
yeah.
like, these
Hmm.
movies have been
Ah,
shortlisted
yes.
for.
Yes.
Yes,
So what happened recently? Good news for we have three movies.
yes,
One is this one, which is related to moderating the moderators. This docudrama. We have another one on the importance of learning extension trajectories. So another one, and there is another one, third one. So all three of these docudramas, they will have been selected for screening at Himachal Film Festival, which is going to happen soon. And in fact, they have been shortlisted in several international film festivals as well.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Mhm.
So this is the latest news that we have. And so I hope you had a kind of a break also in between. Now I want all of you to participate in the hands-on activity that we have. So what we are going to do is, this is going to be a really interesting activity. Now you already know what are the steps that are involved in an LxI. So just to see that whether if I want to create an online course and I have the content decided, I know you have already thought of an LED that you want to create on a particular topic. And you yesterday with Dr. Roy, you have also created learning by doing activities. So I want all of you to now think of at least one focus question on the topic that you have already chosen. Or if you want to change the topic also, we are still open. So either you can take that same topic or you can take another topic of your choice, any subject that is closer to your heart for which you want to create an online course. So you need to think of a focus question which is related to that particular week's content, and also specify the instructions that you want to give for that discussion to happen. So basically what we'll do is, there is a constructor also. I can give you the link to the constructor as well.
Yeah,
You
we
here,
can
yeah,
share the link
yeah,
in the
yeah.
chat. They will.
Hmm. So there is a constructor for LXI, LED, LXT, LBD, all constructors are there. So in case if you want to refer to that LXI constructor, you can refer to that LXI constructor as well. For today's activity, I am sharing this Google form for all of you so that it becomes quicker and faster for you to do. So what you have to do is you have to fill in this Google form where you need to specify your name, your department, the topic for which you want to create an LXI focus question. So like here the example is recursion and its application. What focus question do you want to create on the topic of your choice? And what instructions you want to give for discussion. If you have some clarity of the topic, you quickly have to think of the focus question, fill the form, and then do it. I think it will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes.
I request everyone in the meeting to fill up this form, please.
Yeah. I hope all of you can access the form, Google form from the chat. If you're not able to access, if you
No,
are on
it
phone,
is accessible. I myself have
accessible.
tried.
Hmm.
Yes, it is accessible.
Yes. Otherwise, you can scan this QR code also to go to the form.
The same time we can in the back and you can check also the responses.
Yes,
Yes.
I will check.
So we request everyone to quickly fill up this form.
If you have any questions, I'm here only. You can keep on asking. If you want to directly share also, no issues. You directly want to specify what focus question and what instruction, then also it is okay.
So Daisy, we have faculties from different domain as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
So in Atlas itself, we have 4 school, just for your
Okay.
information. We
Okay,
have
okay.
School of Design is there. We have School of Technology, School of Management and Entrepreneurship, and School of Law as well. And even the
Okay.
participants from the outside Atlas, they are from language and the other domain as well. So you'll get variety in the topics.
In the topics, okay.
Yes.
Okay, we
I
are
hope
still
everyone
waiting.
is filling up the form, all of you. Quickly, if we can start activity here. So as Daisy has posted this constructor, this one, all 4 quadrants you all have seen, the constructors are there. This is kind of a template which we were just discussing, which you can use. It would be really helpful for you all to design your LED, LXTs, LXIs, LBD as well.
We already have one done filled in the chat.
Yes. Yes, Nishit has done it.
Let me just go and check. Okay, we have 2 in fact now.
So this will be considered as an attendance for today, for your session. So 56, all of you, just quickly, it will just, I think, take much of time of yours. Yes, we have 3 now. Yeah. So it's a live attendance which is happening now.
Yes, yes.
56.
This Chinese language is very interesting. Do you want to discuss yourself once?
Nishit, yeah, let him discuss. Nishit, if you're there, you can unmute by the time the people are,
Yeah, I think there's a typo also. I just figured right now I was in hurry to submit.
No issue.
That's fine. That's fine. You can just discuss. That is okay.
Yeah, so my focus is, of course, teaching Chinese language and specifically on HSK exams. It's a standardized exam for Chinese language.
Okay.
So I want people, there are Chinese characters actually seen daily lives everywhere, from restaurants, the electronic products that we use to other things that we use. People go unnoticed. Even patients, the scanning machineries, they come from China, and there are things written in Chinese. So I want people to actually observe they exist everywhere in all the mega cities in India. Just that people don't observe them, and that's more fun when you go out and you just click a picture or you just
Yes, that is really, really interesting. Very nice. Okay.
Something different and interesting.
And you haven't included, have you included instructions? Can you give an example of a Chinese character you have seen around? Okay, what instructions do you want to give for this particular focus question?
So I've asked them to use OCR because I don't expect them to actually recognize very easily. They can use OCR tools like Google Translate, where it as when they put the camera on it, it will help them recognize. So many people know that this is written in Chinese, but they don't know what exactly it is, especially learners who are at their initial stages. So I'm allowing in my instruction that who may use OCR tools, example Chungguo in Made in China.
Okay, okay, okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Arpita, do you want to specify the question that you have taken, the topic and the focus question? The merger, I think it is related to commerce, right? Okay, only if Arpita wants to unmute and specify. Or out of the responses that we have, Dr. Bharti, Rakhi, anybody who wants to speak up?
Yeah, hi. I have not put a lot of thought here. Very quickly, I've written. So I've taken the subject as creative thinking skill, and I wanted to put across a question which relates how small acts of creativity in your daily life can ease your task or functions. So my first question would be related to: have you ever come across a jugaad kind of situation, whether from your own end or your friends and family, and the entire situation turn around? So the objective of this question is, one, that creativity is not something which is related to artists. It's everywhere. And then also the expression of how creativity is such an integral skill which people ignore.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
And what instructions, what specific instructions have you given for the question, for the discussion to
I
happen?
haven't worked on instruction as
Okay,
a
instruction.
question, but I'll think upon it and I'll write it in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have Dr. Chirag, Saptarishi, Dr. Deepika. Any one of you who would like to unmute and specify what question you have, focus question you have chosen? What is your topic? I can see the Department of Business, Entrepreneurship, Education. Or anybody who has responded and would like to share.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. What particularly should I explain, ma'am?
Yeah, the question, your focus question, your topic, focus question, and the instructions that you have given.
Okay. So in India, we've seen a lot of conglomerates happening in the past many years. But for the past few years, I've seen a lot of demergers happening. And demergers are not only because, companies are not doing well, but companies are doing demergers to unlock value. It can be shareholders' values, investors' value. So the question is, I know I want participants to come up with case studies of what demergers have happened in the recent past. And I want them to make a structure of how demerger is not a solution to a failed company and just letting it go, how it can create value in the business. So that what is the objective.
Okay. And I can also see the instructions that you have given. Look at the peer post comments and create a model on demerger as a value creation. Okay, comment or create. Okay. Yeah, good enough. That's a good choice of a question. Yes. Anyone else?
I've thought of few instruction, if you can correct me if it's right or not.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to put this question in a Padlet or a visual board, right? And then I can give instruction that before you give your idea, try to read at least 2 or 3 situations, and the creativity can be related to maybe a problem or a situation fix. So I may give them scenario. And third, I may give them word limit or something like that. Is it good enough?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Good. Great, in fact. Anyone else? Okay, we have another one. Nisha has also responded. Anybody who wants to like speak up? Nisha's is okay. Yes. Please go ahead. I think you need to unmute. Why? I can't hear. And then try unmuting once again. Yes. Okay, okay, no issues, no issues. With the earphones, I think no. Still, probably you remove the earphones and then disconnect the earphones and then try. Okay. Meanwhile, anybody else who wants to specify what question they have chosen? Dr. Saptarishi, do you want to specify? We have something related to entrepreneurship. And another response from Rahul, and the department is linguistics and linguistics transcriptions. Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, should I go ahead? This is Dr.
Yeah.
Saptarishi here.
Yes. Please
So
go
the
ahead.
topic that we have chosen is foundations of entrepreneurship and opportunity identification. So this is to basically look at the market or the environment around you and to understand where is the business gap and how do you create something which can value add to the society at large. So that is what the
Okay.
objective of the focus question is. And the focus question that we have put up is like one is, can you identify a real life problem from your from the market gap in your surrounding that could be converted into a viable entrepreneurial opportunity? Explain why you think this idea has potential. So that is one.
Yeah.
The second is at least two peer posts, read at least two peer posts and comment on the feasibility and uniqueness of their identified opportunities. Share how you think their ideas could be strengthened or refined.
Interesting, very interesting. Yes. It is good to see that you have got the gist of the today's session, especially from the kind of focus question. They're really interesting.
Thank you so
Especially
much.
from the learner's point of view, if I was a participant in this MOOC, these questions are really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Okay, so anyone else? We have only 5 minutes left, everybody. So last opportunity to speak up. Again, this is a discussion forum. We started with the fear of being judged. Nobody is judging anybody here.
So,
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me, Nishit. I think I
Okay,
finally cracked it.
finally, yes.
Yeah. So, I'm from the design school, and the topic I'm writing for this workshop is IKS for design. And so it's a playful kind of a prompt where they kind of ask people, parents, grandparents, different people from different generations, how they celebrated their birthdays as children.
Okay.
What was the kind of food that was eaten on the birthday? What was the kind of gifts that were given? What were the kind of clothes? What kind of gatherings were there? How they got to those gatherings? Things like that. So that they understand the whole the shift in culture, the influences of various cultures on various cultures. So that's the idea.
Yes. In fact, very interesting. Playful and interesting at that same time. I think the participants, whosoever will be there, I'm sure you should all create a course and give these kind of interesting questions to the participants to come and enjoy the course. Because learning is something which should be fun. People are here for learning, knowledge, gaining, and fun also. So this is a fun question to have, yes. Thank you. Anyone else? We can see more responses. Supriya, Sabika, Nisha. Okay. So Nisha?
So I was reading on this phonosemantics in tantric literatures, and a perspective came while reading the literatures. Many times we have whatever languages we study, the sound system that we study with the purpose of understanding the language and not knowing the science behind it. Whereas in Indian context, pick up any literature, Vedic literature or tantric literature, the idea is that sound is always a form of sonic energy, which is a part of our daily communication and has to be absorbed, not just what to say, cramped the way it is done from the Western perspective. So that was the idea of choosing this topic. And the question is one simple technique which we all do, and that is where this question is: can you give an example of a single sound that creates an impact or creates a different mindset altogether after chanting it? So that's the question. I think we all, when we say Om, we feel that difference.
Very interesting.
And even the second question was whenever we say or recite any of our mantras or whatever puja part rituals, whatever we say, even at that time, there is a change of experience, which leads to change in the communication also. If anybody has experienced that, you can questions.
Yeah, both the questions are interesting. In fact, you can give them as two separate questions for 2 weeks if they are like not related to 1 week. And otherwise, both of them are really interesting.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. This was the last chance that Nisha took. We are done. We have come to the end of today's session. If you are looking for the presentation today, I'll give you the link also. Otherwise, Sarika mentioned that she is going to give you all the links.
Yes.
Yeah. So still, you can find it on my website. Anybody who wants to still discuss or has any question, we are still there.
You can share, Daisy, the link.
Yeah. Done. Already done in the chat.
Yes, I can see.
So, yes. So this is all from my end. I really enjoyed, especially the focus questions, the kind of breadth and the depth, both of those questions, and the interest level is amazing. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much, Daisy ma'am. It was such an engaging and insightful session. Your practical framework, demonstration of learning, interaction, everything was amazing. In fact, when you were sharing anecdotes of different challenges you faced and different kind of resolutions what you have given, this is very relatable to us as an educator. So even when we are designing our classroom things and MOOCs, we may face certain struggles. So how do you do it creatively? In fact, that's how I got the idea. This is definitely, as you said, 1 2 ka 4 for me.
Yeah.
Right?
1 2.
And my favorite is definitely your BTS movie, and I'm sure the audience would agree to it. But let me just have a formal thank you for you. On behalf of all the participants, we express our sincere appreciation for the time and expertise you shared with us today. On behalf of AIU Atlas, AADC, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for your time and enthusiasm. It's an honor to present you with a certificate of appreciation, which is there on the screen, as a token of our sincere thanks. And before we close, may I please request everyone to kindly switch on your camera for a quick group photo. And I'm sure you'd be excited to have a photo with your instructor. Request everyone to switch on your camera. Thank you so much.
Just 1 second. We'll just, while we click it. No. Just 1 second. I'll just have to remove the spotlight. So I request everyone to join. Even Ramya, if you can switch on your camera.
Done, ma'am. Shall we stop smiling? It's say cheese movement is over.
Yes, I'll just share this.
Okay. In the meantime, let me just announce it to the audience participant. We'll now take a short break and resume at around 3:30 p.m. with session 2. The title is Designing Learning Journey in MOOCs by our own Miss Divya Thakur. A quick reminder, the feedback link for this session will be shared in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daisy, for your wonderful interactive session. And especially for the movie. I'm still in nostalgia. Thank you so much. A big and lovely surprise.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,